We paid $50,000 to a bunch of kids to help us make a Roblox game.
And the reason why is because Cass thinks that we're told to understand them, and it is also the reason why we got scammed. We have to rebuild everything from scratch right before our big conference.
If you're struggling to make a connection with this younger demographic, make sure you stick to the end of this video. We promise you'll walk away with a new perspective.
So we decided to build a Roblox game because we hear all the rave about it. We have our nephew, Sebastian, that's always on it, and we need to know why and what's the magic all about it. And that's the reason why we dove straight into the trenches.
So it's been 9 months since we jumped into Roblox, and we learned a lot during this experience. Really, we came into Roblox with no game design background. We really didn't even know what a UGC was. There was no reason for us to be there. We didn't know where these kids lived.
As in not knowing where can we actually communicate with them. Is it going to be in Discord, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook? And at the same time, we don't even know what they care about. What we care about is completely different than what they do. And so there's a lot on the line. And what that means is we've also invested a lot, not just our reputation, but also resources, aka our family savings. And so let's unpack this. So Cass, if I were to give you $55,000, would you spend it on a professional marketing agency or a bunch of 15-year-old kids online, which you've never met, has no website whatsoever?
We went through all this research, and there is the big agencies who are charging a lot to work with these bigger establishments. But at the same time, we really wanted to start from ground zero and connect with the community. And so we went to go in the trenches to find where these community members lived and find talent that really were native to Roblox and not just old people doing old things.
And because of that, it is one of the best decisions that we have ever made, because now we are speaking the native language of the Gen Zs.
Edge. Have you ever been on an edging streak?
What I learned in this experience is that Gen Zs react to marketing differently. They react to social media platforms and call to actions differently, and we really needed to simplify the way we talk to them.
Now, another observation that I realized is that my assumptions of this entire landscape is just completely out of whack. It doesn't work. And it's a very scary thing for an entrepreneur because it feels like you're just missing the mark all the time. So at this point in time, we're already fully invested into this ecosystem. Cass quit her job. We spent months building it. And so we've really got to be able to find a solution. And the solution that we found was the fact that we just need to be able to get the answers from the community.
And after really spending a lot of time connecting with community members, one thing that was really clear was that what really means a lot to them is having a really clear mission. And part of that mission is being part of the community that is against and rebelling against the corporate suits, the big companies, the big entities. One thing, for example, there are big agencies that come in to build in Roblox. And of course, they're a lot more well-funded. They have bigger connections within Roblox, but it's always the top of the top winning, and they're not really part of the community building for the community. So we did this by intentfully not reaching out to these agencies to help us build in Roblox. We listened by talking to some of the biggest creators who spent 12 plus years in Roblox. We listened to, what is it that they liked, the language that they used, the visual cues that they used. Even how we market it, the copy is different. It doesn't land as well. And so, taking a lot of that feedback, we were able to listen and try to put out things that they could give input on so that they could feel like they're part of this process. And so when we're ready to launch, we already have a community who's excited for us to build this thing together.
And a big part of this is just to make things fun. A lot of times agencies or corporates that are coming in, they're trying to really maximize revenue. But in reality, this entire community is just want to be able to partake in something meaningful, something that is fun, something that they want to all have a shared memory about, and that is the essence of gaming. So at the center of everything that we're talking about is really community, and that is also one of the hardest things to grow and to cultivate.
Let alone find.
Exactly.
So how I went to even start to find these communities was a lot of them lived on Twitter. And so we were reaching out to see how we could learn and connect more. We also talked to different KOLs, whether they were small, medium, larger KOLs, and allowed them to understand and just ask a lot of questions. From there, we even connected with different partner games to see how we could integrate more. And through this is just a lot of listening.
And at the core of this is we actually bring them into our world and to be able to nurture them there. And I think that's really the key of how you can create a strong community, is to be able to not just reach out, but at the same time, put out your own values, engage with them, let them know what you're all about. And if they vibe with you and if they're on that same kind of frequency as you, then they're going to join forces with you. They're going to tell their friends, and that's how we can grow from there. Primarily, specifically in this generation, we use Discord, and that's where we hang out, and that's where we create different events, gaming nights, movie nights, and that's where we can really bond with them.
I mean, as silly as some things that don't work, like we on our Discord, we even have a counting channel where people just count. So it is a completely different language. I think what has made us been able to do this well was we spent a lot of time trying to understand and not think about it from how can I maximize revenue and opportunity from this group.
We were actually giving away a free UGC to a student if they get an A in their exam. These are the things that they care about. These are the things that actually relate and resonate with them. It's like, that's what we would do with Jordan. If she does well in ballet, we'd be like, here's a cupcake. It's the same thing that we would do with this new demographic. So another quick example for you is that we run a carnival with over 100 employees. Each night we have a lot of people working. And what incentivizes them is as simple as giving them a cookie of the day. It's a trophy that awards the most engaged and the most energetic employee. And they all fight for this cookie of the day, which is this giant cookie that they wear. And as silly as it sounds, it actually works really well.
Sometimes as an adult, or as a business, you're kind of thinking about what will work from the standard marketing playbook. But sometimes it's making sure that you are understanding who you're talking to and what their needs and wants are. As you can see with brands like Duolingo, where their mascot is twerking, it works and it relates to this audience. And so I think this is the key thing that we really took away during this whole journey from Roblox, is being able to listen heavily to where our community really wants to be spoken to.
So there it is, friends. Make sure we put down our judgment so then that way we can actually understand. And second of all, make sure you guys are having fun, because when you're having fun, they're also having fun. And third of all, be in the trenches, be in the deep woods with them, so then that way you are seen as one of them. And moving forward, if you want to connect more with this new generation, make sure you guys follow along our journey, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Thank you.